lineup. Irish and McMurray in the 2 and the 3 spots in the order. Tough to navigate through. Hernandez drawing the start out at second base. Javon Hernandez today rounding out the order for the Auburn Tigers. So underway here at the ballpark. We talked about it being a cool day here. It's 60 degrees right now. The wind is blowing out of the north, and a popped-up bunt. And Jurangelo Sanger comes in to make the play for out number 1.
Well, Kohler coming in from third base, trying to do what you expect him to, which is to take charge on the play, but that was one. Lowe's been a position player himself, at least in fall baseball, just took charge, had a beat on it the whole way.
And now Ike Irish will come to the plate, left-handed hitting right fielder. Batting .341 on the season, and Jurangelo will turn around and bat from the left side. Well, Ryan McGee, our colleague with ESPN and also does a lot of stuff for the SEC Network. Ryan wrote a nice article earlier this week about Jurangelo Sanger. A fly ball lifted into left field and hit well and then back to the track and hauled in by Bryce Chance. And I'll tell you what, Charlie, on a day where the wind is not blowing, that ball is probably out of here, but it's blowing in from left field today, and Irish goes out to left field for out number 2.
Yeah, good wind moving across the field, blowing from left to right today. Even go back on Friday, ball didn't travel to right, but seemed to have a little more jump to left field.
And so after throwing left-handed to Ike Irish, Jurangelo, who throws harder from the right side, will turn around and throw right-handed to Cooper McMurray. 12 home runs on the season. You see that fastball at 96. Of course, Jurangelo, born in the Netherlands, moved with his family back to Curacao. Grew up in Curacao, an island, of course, just north of Venezuela. And then came to the Miami area. And so the hometown is listed as Pembroke Pines, Florida, but he actually grew up in the Curacao. (3-1). And the fastball at 96 fouled away. Couple of 7-inning games today. After the wash yesterday, and with this being the getaway day, the Southeastern Conference rules, you have to play 2 on a Sunday. You play a pair of 7s. And the pitch is high, and that's ball 4. And a 2-out walk to McMurray. Now, had you gotten the game started yesterday and then had it postponed till today, the first game would have been a 9, the second game would have been a 7. But since you start both games today, you get 2 7s.
A lot of discussion about who that benefits. The bunt comes back up into the stands.
Cade Bellieu, the freshman.
Think about how a rain out in the middle changes everything. All the pitchers that were used on Friday, an extra day's rest to be able to pitch in either game today.
And you would think, other than the starters, Cal Steven, who threw 7 innings for State on Friday, Dylan Watts, who went 4 innings for Auburn, you would think everybody else would be on the table for today. A little bit extra with that fastball. It reached 98. Jurangelo going to stay 94-96 right-handed. And now the count 0-2, the pitch. Try to slide a fastball by again at 98. That's a little extra today. Cade Bellew batting .282 on the season, 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. 8 of his 11 hits have been extra base hits this year. And he fends off the fastball. It's 3 in a row at 98. I'm not sure if Jurangelo is throwing harder or if we have somewhat of an uptick with the gun today. And usually when they calibrate that gun, they don't change it.
Just looking at him, it feels like he's throwing a little bit harder, but.
And tomahawked into right field, a base hit by Ballou. McMurray will head over to third base. Here comes the throw in behind. Now the backside runner going to take second base as the throw came all the way through from Dakota Jordan. And Chris Lemonis came out of the dugout and was like, hey guys, McMurray's going to get third easy. And now 2 runners in scoring position.
Just over the outstretched arm of Ethan Pulliam at second base. And when this throw comes to third, it gets all the way through. That lets Ballou on the backside take second with no problem. And so now a bit of a 2-out jam for St. John.
And Chris Stanfield will be the batter. So Ballou with a single to right field takes second on the throw. And Stanfield batting .264 on the season. A chop just foul outside the bag at third. So quickly 0-2. The thing about Durangelo so far today, other than McMurray, he's been ahead of batters. 2-out walk kept the inning alive. Then Ballou got a pitch up and went up and got it. Got some top spin on it and got it into right field. The 0-2. Just off the plate. It's a good 0-2 pitch.
It's always the key on an 0-2 pitch when you can be competitive with a pitch, leave nothing in the zone, but close enough to make the crowd uncomfortable.
The 1-2. Breaking ball tap foul off the foot, and we'll do it again. Game 2 of the doubleheader will be 45 minutes after the completion of game 1. And Charlie, the thing you have to say about today, what you've seen so far, is some medical questions have been answered, it appears, with Durangelo. The pitch is high. Last week he came out after the third inning, only throwing 54 pitches at Ole Miss, and talked about after the game, had a little bit of back tightness. He does not look like he has any tightness today. 2-2. And Stanfield stays alive.
Of course, another medical question has been answered somewhat. We're down an umpire here today.
That is true.
We have a replacement umpire has made his way here to town.
Michael Durantes was behind the plate in the game on Friday. Had a foul ball hit square off his mask. He was down on the surface for a minute or two. Exited the game. We finished the game with 3 umpires. So Michael Durantes not a part of the crew today.
Big pitch here. You wonder if Durangelo wants to stay fastball.
Well, a breaking ball lifted into left field. Chance ranging back. That wind is going to knock it down. Bryce comes in. He'll make the catch. Stanfield flies out. Auburn strands a pair in the top of the first. Bryce Chance actually leading Mississippi State in hitting in SEC play at .340. And then Kohler, Ethan Pulliam, the freshman, making his 3rd consecutive start. And then Johnny Long doing the catching here in game 1 of this doubleheader. So we played game 1 on Friday night of this series. State won 8-1. And then yesterday a washout, a pair of games today. Amani Larry overall batting .245, but batting just .167 in SEC play. He's 10 for 60 in league play. The senior from Bossier City, Louisiana. And taps that one. And Fabian tosses across in time for the out, and that's out number 1 of the first inning. So 5-3 on the putout, and here comes David Mershon. And when you look at Mississippi State and how this team has fared, right versus left, you know, Monty Larry against right-handed hitters is batting .279. Against left-handed hitters, only .193. And now you can see Mershon coming to the plate, who is a true switch hitter. And Mershon bats .342 against right-handed pitchers. And then 315 against the lefties. So he's batting 315 from the right side this season.
As you start to deconstruct that, you wonder how many more hits has he gotten by bunting from the left side. He's shown a real ability to bunt the ball towards the third baseman and beat it out.
Of course, you got an extra step being in that left-handed hitter's batting box when you lay down that bunt. And he has dropped down several. And Charlie, when you go back to that situation, you start asking yourself the question, why are certain guys who bat from the right side, why do they have difficulty? And that fly ball lifted down into the right field corner, slicing, and it's going to go out of play. It'll be 2-2. I guess you start thinking about what pitches it brings in that you're looking at. It tells you may have difficulty finding a changeup because you're going to see a left-handed changeup. And from a righty, you're not going to see the changeup as much. Could be one thing. The run of a left-handed pitcher. Sometimes you run out of bat, hit the ball off the end of the bat.
And sometimes the sample size is just small enough
that you just don't know.
That one or two ground balls with eyes change everything. All right, Bulldogs had a walk in the top half of the inning, put some pressure on Durangelo. Sean now full count. Boy, 7-inning ball games, getting on the board early can make such a difference. You just don't have the time to settle into a game the way you do with a 9-inning game. Everything seems magnified early.
Chopped up the middle. Second baseman Hernandez up with it. Tosses over. Javon Hernandez making the play. A couple of ground outs here in the first inning. And Dakota Jordan will bat. Well, the thing we have seen out of the velocity so far of Bauman, it's been 91, 90. So he has not gotten up to mid-90s level with a fastball, which may tell you that gun may be right today. And Durangelo may be just throwing some seeds in there.
That one at 90. So you look at Auburn as a team. Obviously, the key to making everything work is getting guys on base ahead of Irish and McMurray. For State is getting guys on in front of this guy.
And lifted down the right field line, and it will slice foul and out of play. Got out of the ballpark, only 305 down the line, but sliced about 10 feet to the right of that foul pole. Well, today's the day. You got plenty of sunshine, but it's a cool day at the ballpark. 60 degrees, but the wind chill, low 50s. Definitely a day you want to be in the sun, unless you're pale skinned. Today's the day that'll get you. 0-2, and fouled off.
You know, look at Bauman on the year. He's got throughout his career is kind of set 92, 93, hit 94. Which from the left side is plenty good. Here today, it's hit 92 a couple of times.
Foul tip. Well, the catcher, Strickland, says he caught it, and the home plate umpire says, hey, we're going to go out here and talk about it. He looks at the first base umpire.
I don't know. Do you know?
Eddie Newsom says it hit the ground.
Oh, no. Boy, just looking at that, looks like he caught it.
And here comes Butch Thompson out. And a single into center field. So the 0-2 pitch lined into center field. Dakota Jordan will put the brakes on over at first base. It'll be a line shot single, so we'll see how that plays out.
And that's one right there where Butch Thompson's going to want to throw a clipboard. Feel like you've navigated the first, but instead throw what you're going to believe was an extra pitch, and then it's hit for a base hit up the middle.
And so now Hunter Hines will come to the plate. We talk about left on left discrepancies. Hunter hitting .344 against right-handed pitching, but he's hitting just .194 against left-handed pitchers. 12 hits and 62 at bats against the lefties. And with him being the power hitter that he has seen a steady diet of left-on-left sliders and curveballs. He takes a fastball outside there, and it counts 2-0.
And that's where most of the fastballs have come against him, is away, trying to get the chase.
They got some sink with that fastball, and the count now 2-1. And there's that breaking ball. Now the count 2-2. Jordan the runner at first. Hunter Hines at the plate. Scoreless game at the bottom of the first. Game 1 of the doubleheader. Game 2 of the weekend. 2-2. And tapped right at the first baseman. McMurray will step on the bag. And 3 ground outs in the first inning. So Bauman, a ground ball. Bootsy. Top of the second inning. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Cale Strickland, Caleb Freeman, and Derek Fabian against Jurangelo Sanger. Well, Strickland had a good night on Friday night. He was 3 for 4, had 3 singles. He scored Auburn's only run. Gave the Tigers a lead in the top of the third inning. Bulldogs got the run right back in the bottom of the third.
Only hitter in the game for Auburn with multiple hits.
And hit by a pitch right here. So to start the second inning, leadoff man aboard.
Well, Jurangelo just loses one arm side.
Ticks right off that elbow pad. And Caleb Freeman, the DH, will come to the plate. Well, Freeman, his first start of the season, he's 0 for 6 at the plate, so has not collected a hit yet. And Charlie, we saw this in the game on Friday and seeing it again today. These are 2 teams trying to press some buttons here to start SEC play. There's a fly ball hit deep into center field. Isaac ranging back, and he'll make the catch on the track for out number 1. So Freeman hits it deep in the straightaway center field, and 1 down in the second.
Ball hit well, 102 off the bat. It hung up a little bit. Gave Isaac plenty of time to get back, make the catch.
And Derek Fabian will now step in.
Well, that ball off the bat sounded really good.
And once again, on a day when the wind is not blowing in from left field at 10 miles an hour, it's probably got a chance to get out of here. Here's Fabian. Played at second base in the game on Friday. He was 0 for 3 in the game. Guevara started on Friday over at third base. Fabian started at second. 0-2 count. 8-hole hitter. Top of the second inning. Pop foul and out of play. That fastball at 95.
Strickland, who runs at first, does not have a stolen base on the season.
Breaking ball tap foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. Tapped it over by the camera crew. And try to repeat that pitch. That slider stayed down, and now the count 2-2.
That pitch was down, but one thing we've seen is home plate umpire Jeremy Dupree not going down and giving many low strikes here today.
Jeremy
again,
Dupree?
To be fair, that wasn't a strike.
No.
But that hasn't stopped some of these calls in other games.
Eddie Newsom will have the plate in the second game today. He's over at first base umpire. Here's the crew chief. Eddie Stoic right now. Long-time umpire in the league. Well respected. Swing and a miss. So after a couple sliders, to come back with the old nuts. And first pitch swinging. Hits that ball down the line in right field. Foul territory down by the bullpen. And the second baseman, Ethan Pulliam, just ran out of room.
When you look at this ballpark and you start to talk about some of the tougher plays to make, in terms of a foul territory play, that's about as tough as it gets.
Man, I still can't think about a foul ball that area without thinking about DeMarcus Henderson in 2012 diving right into the back of the bullpen mound in Baton Rouge. Head first. Pitch inside and count 1-1. Hindu just jumped right back up, went back out to right field like nothing happened.
I might still be lying.
Goodness. 1-1. That breaking ball stayed in, almost hit Hernandez.
But the right side of the field is very much where the difficult plays are. You've got that corner down in right field, the short area, the Ikerson Plaza. And then that foul territory where the visiting bullpen is. So you see the plaza, that rounded corner there. And the bullpen.
2-2 the count, runner at first, 2 down, top of the second. Scoreless game. Here's a pitch. And breaking ball hit into left field. And ranging over and making the play is Bryce Chance, and that'll do it for Auburn in the top of the second. So the leadoff man fails to come around. Connor Hyzak will step in. He's a great conversationalist, though. He's not just a basketball guy. He's really in tune to a lot of different things. There's a chop left side, past the diving third baseman, and there will be no play. It'll be an infield single for Connor Hyzak. Leadoff man aboard for State. The second hit today for the Dogs.
Well, Hyzak hits it in a tough spot. Wasn't hit that hard, but Fabian had no chance to make the play here. Weiss, the angle he had to take to get to it, no chance to make the play.
And now Bryce Chance will come to the plate. Chance hitting .340 in SEC play. You know, Hyzak hitting .339 before that hit. It'll go up. And so right now in the 5 and the 6 spots in the order, your most productive batting average guys in league play. If you're Mississippi State, here's the 0-1.
All right, hasn't shown it so far, but short game, just a 7-inning game that we're playing here today. Chance has 6 sacrifice bunts on the year. Do you think about it?
The only reason I would say no is because you've got a left-handed hitter with Kohler due up next, who has struggled against left-handed pitching. That's the only reason I would say no. But I could be talked out of it, Charlie.
I'm just looking. Fabian's playing back at third. Push one that way.
That's a great thing about us, man. We can have debates. And I'm not going to wear it on my sleeve.
Well, I'm not even sure I would want to do it. I just think it's
talking out loud. Just trying to think through it. Talk through it. 3-1 to count. And chops that one through the left side. Isaac will stop at second base. Took a wide turn and a throwback, and boy, he is barely safe. They may look at this.
I think they're going to want to look at this one. Just in live action. Yeah, this is one everybody's going to point to their heads as if to say, I want a review.
Oh, everything in front of you. And made the wide turn. Turn off the music.
After review, the call at second base will stand. The runner is safe. Auburn loses one challenge. They have one challenge remaining.
Now, just watching it, you understand exactly why Auburn wants this challenge. But upon looking at it, the call on the field stands. Here comes the throw. I think he got back.
Yeah.
Of course, the other thing you have to watch there is, do you come off the base as the tag is held?
And now Kohler will bunt down the third base line. Great bunt. Throw to first. And what a nice throw by Bauman. So left on left, you are bunting with Kohler, who does a great job there. Hyzak now to third, Chance to second. And the thing that Kohler did, and the reason he's thrown out, and you got no problem with him being thrown out, is he made sure he got the bunt down first. It was a true sacrifice.
How many times do you see guys, that's the second sacrifice of the year for Kohler, by the way, but how many times do you see guys called upon to bunt and they want to try to turn it into a hit? Kohler doing his job there, and now Ethan Pulliam hits.
Well, the first baseman in tight. And the ball skips past, blocked up by Strickland. And Auburn is thinking about a possible push bunt with a freshman Pulliam at the plate right here. The first baseman, McMurray, 2 steps on the grass at first base. And a breaking ball finds the bottom of the zone.
Take a look.
Ran out of bat, now the count 1-2. And you see how close McMurray is playing in over at first base.
And he's actually backed up a little bit to get to there. And so now with 2 strikes.
Kind of surprised he's still in there with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and a big strikeout right there for Kohler. Or for Bauman to get Pulliam for out number 1 of the second, the first strikeout of the day. And it leaves it up to Johnny Long. Isaac the runner at third, Bryce Chance down at second. The swing and a miss. We were talking earlier about Amani Larry having difficulties against left-handed pitching. Johnny Long's kind of in that same boat. Johnny batting .298 against righties, just .148. 4 for 27 against left-handed pitching. The 0-1. Ground ball. Backhand play by Hernandez. Throw to first, and that saves a pair of runs for Auburn. What a play by Javon Hernandez. You don't have as big a crowd on Sunday. That's very usual. Toss over to first in time for the out. Cooper Weiss leading off here in the third. Hits a ground ball to Kohler. And the leadoff man retired here in the third. And Ike Irish will come to the plate. Had a good crowd on Friday. It was a little bit of a late arriving crowd, but once the game got into about the third inning, it was really tight, especially out in the outfield.
Irish showing bunt that time, takes one just off the plate inside.
Hit a ball deep to left field his first time up. Went the other way, and Irish with a fly out to left field. Auburn has 1 hit. That's by Cade Ballou. And tap, backing up on it is Hines. Race to the bag, and Jurangelo there. And that's out number 2. Hines recognizing that ball was not something he could come in and get on the high hop, so he was able to back up on it. Jurangelo, a great athlete, gets off the mound well.
Really tough play when you have to back up on this one, but Tarangelo there to take the toss. And quickly 2 down here in the visiting half of the third.
And McMurray swings through it. Bulldogs have the shift on. 2 things to know when you back up on that ball. One is you got to be quicker. The second thing, that ball is going to have a lot of top spin to it. And that pitch just missed. Down low. And it counts 1-1. 2 down, top of the third, scoreless game.
When you think about these pitches that are missing just a couple of balls low, you're reminded what a good job Johnny Long has done defensively this season in terms of selling those pitches for strikes. Kind of train the crowd to think it ought to be called.
Yeah, it took something off there. Now the count 2-2 to McMurray, who walked his first time up, was left stranded at third base. Both teams have stranded runners at second and third in an inning. And Johnny trying to frame that one up, and that fastball at 97. So based upon everything else, Charlie, I think the gun's right today.
I believe you're right.
Tarangelo just letting it loose a little bit more. 2-2. And strike 3 called at the knees on the outside corner at 98.
Helping it feel even cooler.
And here's Amani Larry with a ground out to third his first time up.
And Barry, talk about the wind. It's a gusty wind that is here. It's sustained about 8 miles an hour or so, but getting gust at times 17, 18.
They missed outside, and now the count 3-0 to Amani Larry. State got back-to-back singles to start the second inning by Hyzak and Chance. Kohler laid down a bunt, but a big strikeout from Bauman, and then got a ground ball and a great play by Hernandez behind the bag at second base to keep it scoreless. Tarangelo worked a perfect top of the third inning. He needed a quick inning. That ball in there for a strike, and a count 3-2. He sits at 43 pitches through 3 innings now. 3-2 from Bauman. And high chop right to the third baseman Fabian. And toss it across. Rinse and repeat as Amani Larry, same spot back in the first inning. Excuse me, Tarangelo had 43 through 2 innings. He needed the quick inning through 11, and now at 54. And Mershon grounded out to the second baseman his first time up.
That's pitch number 40 for Bauman. Wait, Murray playing off the bag, but right at the edge of the grass at first base.
And just outside the bag at third, and the count 1-2. First game of a doubleheader. 7 innings for both the games today. Off of Bauman, and that will be an infield single. So Mershon hits it right back through the box. Like he got him in the lower half, says he's okay.
Well, it came to the plate at 83, it leaves at 100. Oh.
Glancing blow. And now Dakota Jordan will bat. Singled in the center field his first time up. Couldn't stay back on it. And a count 0-1 to DJ. 15 home runs on the season, 51 RBIs.
Oh, big swing there.
And now 0-2.
Rashawn has 18 stolen bases on the season. He hasn't been thrown out.
So Dakota Jordan swings at 3 pitches down. And a quick strikeout, quick work for Bauman.
This one way out of the zone low. And now Hunter Hines, who back in the first, his only prior at bat, grounded out to the first baseman.
State's had a base runner in every at bat so far. A 2-out single by Jordan in the first. 2 singles in the second inning to start it. Now 1-out single by Mershon here in the third. That all pulled over to the Auburn dugout.
Keeping an eye on Mershon over at first, trying to keep him honest. He's been taking some big leads. And every time there's a throw over, Mershon just takes a little bit more the next time.
And chop right to McMurray. He'll step on the bag, and that will end the inning. Crowd today. Both starting pitchers have been solid. Jurangelo Sanger back out for the 4th inning. Tanner Bauman has been very good through 3 innings for Auburn. Jurangelo had 11 pitches in that 3rd inning. He retired the side in order. At 43 through 2, 54 through 3. Still has the velo there. Count 1 and 2.
Well, you know, we've seen from him past couple of outings, holding the velo through 5-6 innings.
Chopped. Well, that had some voodoo to it. Throw it to first in time for the out.
Wow, this is a really tough play for Sanger to make coming off the mound.
Well, you take a look at this.
Some wicked spin here.
Well, he hits, bounces sideways. And so Ballou grounds it back. 1-3 on the put out. Leadoff man retired in the 4th. Here's Stanfield.
Oh,
High and tight. Little Vic Sav action right there. Clear out the sinuses. Stanfield flew out the left field his first time up. It hits that ball well into left field, but right at Bryce Chance. The wind knocking everything down out of left field. Stanfield flies out the left, and 2 quick outs here in the 4th inning. That's 8 in a row retired by Jurangelo Sanger, and Cale Strickland will bat. He was hit by a pitch to lead off the 2nd inning. He is the last Auburn player to get on base. Of course, as we said early on, Strickland had 3 hits in a game on Friday, 3 singles. Batting average now at .421. Limited action. Only his 9th start of the season behind the plate today. 8 hits in 19 at bats.
well, with an on base percentage now approaching 600, that action may not be so limited going forward. Neither team able to push a run across.
Here's Isaac. Had a single his first time up, hit a ground ball deep in the hole at short. Then got the infield single to lead off the second. And rips that ball into left field, a solid base hit. Isaac continues to see it well.
He certainly does. He squares this one up. 107 off the bat. It's got a little top spin to it. Gets down.
Oh, he had 2 hits in the game on Friday. He had 2 hits in the game today, and now Bryce Chance will bat. Single through the left side, his first time up.
In this same situation with Isaac on and nobody down. Last time he was up, we had the discussion about whether you try to bunt with Bryce Chance. Attempted that time.
I know you're in the 4th inning. Essentially, in a regular game, this is like the 6th because you only have 3 more at bats. So tried to bunt him on that first pitch. You take the bunt off right there. So a pair of 7s today. This is how it used to be on Saturdays. Play a couple 7-inning games on Saturday. And lifted into left field. Ballou slipped down, then comes in. He'll make the catch. Didn't panic at all. And Chance flies out for out number 1 of the 4th.
Yeah, this is a really nice job recovering by Ballou in left. He loses his footing, but able to ride himself, come in, make the play with no troubles.
And now Logan Kohler will come to the plate. Yeah, Kohler had a couple hits in the game on Friday. Had a single, had a double, was hit by a pitch, was on base 3 times.
Well, we've talked about the low strikes not being given that are just below the zone. That one
right at it.
In the zone.
1-0. Stayed inside. Now the count 2-0. State has out hit Auburn 5-1, but still scoreless. Bulldogs had a opportunity in the 2nd inning. And Auburn with a great defensive play behind the second base bag by Javon Hernandez saved a couple runs. Auburn had 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs back in the 1st inning, but Sanger got to fly out to get out of that inning. 3-0 the count now to Kohler. And that's ball 4. So 2 aboard and just 1 out, and Ethan Pulliam will come to the plate.
And we have not seen action in either bullpen so far, but my best guess is we're going to see some down in the Auburn bullpen, and now we will.
All right, if you're Pulliam right here, are you sitting dead red on changeup? He had difficulties with that changeup first time through the order. He struck out swinging on that changeup in the 2nd. Fly him across campus. It takes a breaking ball, and that's strike 1. There's that changeup. Fouled it off. Now the count's 0-2.
Action down in the bullpen. That's Armstrong who's throwing for Auburn.
First and second, 1 down. We're at the bottom of the 4th inning, scoreless game. State won 8-1 on Friday. Rained out yesterday, the 0-2. There's that changeup, and he pokes it foul down the right field side. You see the Auburn bullpen.
Elevate a fastball right here, could give him troubles.
And pull through the left side. He got that changeup down. Here comes the 2nd run in, the throw, and not in time. And a 2-run single, or excuse me, a single that drives in a run by Ethan Pulliam. And it's a 1-0 Bulldog lead.
Well, take a look at this. Pulliam Every one of his hits has been hit hard on the ground to the left side. And you see Hyzak coming in just ahead of the tag.
So Hyzak at second base scores on the single, a 1-0 Bulldog lead. Kohler stopped at second, and Ethan Pulliam with the RBI single. And now Johnny Long will come to the plate. It tapped it foul. Charlie, going back to that at bat, that was a great job by Ethan Pulliam.
Well, it certainly was. He gets down 0-2. Took strike one, then fouled a couple off, and then recognizes a pitch, and now we're going to have a pitching change.
There. So 0-2 count. First and second. He throws a fastball, and Johnny Long, a defensive swing right there.
Take a look at this. Just, as you say, a defensive swing. And now back to the top of the order. Amani Larry's had a tough time. He's grounded out to third a couple of times here today. See Armstrong, that tough arm slot for a hitter to pick up.
Runs it in, ground ball left side, backhand play, long throw, and thrown away at first base. And coming around to score is Kohler. And it's a 2-0 Bulldog lead. We'll see how they score that, because Weiss, a good throw, gets Amani Larry right there. It was a tough play, though. Backhand, long throw, and past McMurray. And the second Bulldog run of the inning scores. They're going to give that an infield single. And so that means Amani Larry not only gets the single, he gets credit with an RBI.
Well, except they're going to say the run scored on the error. So they're going to
give a single,
and an error.
So no RBI.
This would have been an infield hit, so the situation would have been bases loaded. Now Mershon will turn around. He'll hit from the left side.
Pulliam stops over at third. He had an RBI single early in the inning. Mershon, 1 for 2, ground out an infield single. The line drive off the pitcher is first time up. Almost hit him.
Good take by Mershon of a ball just off the plate.
And now 3-1. The pitch outside, and that's ball 4. Bulldogs were running with Amani Larry at first on that 3-1 pitch. But it didn't matter. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Dakota Jordan. Jordan 1 for 2 today. Solid single to center field in the first inning. He struck out swinging in the third. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And ball 1.
Now here's a big spot in this ball game.
And now 2-0. Well, this is a dangerous pitch right now for Armstrong. Bases loaded, a 2-0 count. Well, a good pitch. He caught the outside corner with the fastball, and now 2-1.
Really good pitch that time. Got some arm side run, brought it back over the corner. Wow, that's a great pitch to follow up with. They got one running back towards Jordan. That one moves away.
And so instead of 3-1, it's 2-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner.
Ish.
Got a fly ball to deep center field his first time up with the fly out. Freeman, Fabian, and then Javon Hernandez. That ball smoked the right field and way out of here. Caleb Freeman, his first hit, and it's a moonshot to right field.
My goodness, 432 feet to right field.
Yes, they got all of it.
Oh.
My goodness. And now Derek Fabian will bat.
Shades of Cavados.
Man, that ball hit the top of the stanchion down there in the outfield. Or look at Ackerson Plaza. Here's Mershon on the run, makes a nice play.
It's a really nice play by Mershon. Had to come get it in a hurry. Makes a nice throw.
Let's saw it off a little bit. Good job by Mershon coming in to make the play. Now Javon Hernandez will come to the plate. That hit by Freeman, his first of his Auburn career. Junior college transfer from St. John's River State.
Hernandez 0 for 1 at the plate, but he made a defensive play that has changed the complexion of this ball game. He saved a couple of runs when he robbed Johnny Long of a hit back in the second.
They fouled it back. One and two the count. They missed outside. Now the count's even. Leadoff home run here in the top of the fifth inning by Caleb Freeman. One out, Hernandez up. Fly out to left field his first time up. And now 3-2. And a ground ball to the left side. Well, nice pick by Mershon. That's not an easy hop.
No, it is not, but Mershon makes the play look easy.
And now two down, and here's Cooper Weiss. Weiss 0 for 2. Popped up a bunt back to the pitcher in the first inning. Grounded out to the third baseman in the third. The 0-1. A good breaking ball. Now the count 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball. Freeman put a charge into one to start the fifth inning to cut it to a 2-1 game. And here's State batting with Hunter Hines, Connor Hyzak, and Bryce Chance against John Armstrong. Armstrong came in, got a strikeout of Johnny Long, gave up an infield single to Amani Leary, walked David Mershon, but got Dakota Jordan looking. And roll through the left side by Hunter Hines, a leadoff single in the fifth.
Some singles are hit hard, others have eyes. And Hunter Hines going the other way just puts it in the right spot. And the Bulldogs have the leadoff man aboard here in the top of the fifth inning.
And Connor Hyzak will bat. He's 2 for 2 today, a couple of singles. That's 8 hits for State. They out-hit Auburn 8-2, lead it 2-1, bottom of the fifth.
Third time today that State's gotten the leadoff man aboard.
Armstrong has some arm side run with that fastball. It squares around now, and this counts 2-1. That may have, I don't know if that was a bunt or a take. Hyzak thought it was low.
That was a pretty good pitch on 2-0.
Ground ball, could be 2. Second for 1, the throw to first, and not in time. Well, the shortstop Weiss couldn't get it out of his glove. And then Hernandez had a little bit of a hiccup at second as well. And Hyzak able to reach on a fielder's choice. Let's take a look. If it's clean, it's an easy double play.
You see the double clutch there, the double clutch there, and that's what allows Hyzak to beat it out.
Well, Taylor made double play ball, but only one out gotten, and here's Bryce Chance. And a ground ball, seeing eye single through the right side. Hyzak will stop at second base. Did not take the wide turn this time going around second base.
Well, learning from experience, but Armstrong's got to feel unlucky here. He's gotten a couple of ground balls. Actually, 3 ground balls. Hines singled through the left side on a ball that wasn't hit that hard. Hyzak hits one right at the shortstop Weiss, but Armstrong unable to get the double play turn behind him, and now Chance with the ground ball. It just gets into right.
And here's Logan Kohler, walked and scored in the fourth. And hits that ball into left field. Ballou will have a play. He'll make the catch. Throw comes back in behind the runner at second base. Hyzak back in safely. So Kohler goes the other way and flies out to left field for out number 2, and that leaves it up to Ethan Pulliam with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Well, Pulliam was at the plate with 1 out in first and second back in the fourth inning, and his single through the left side plated the first run for the Bulldogs. An errant throw on a ground ball later in the inning gave State its second run. Auburn hit a home run, a solo home run by Caleb Freeman to start the 5th. It'll be the meat of the order for Auburn in the 6th inning. Irish, McMurray, and Ballou. 2, 3, 4 in the order. High chop past the mound. Second baseman coming in. Hernandez flips it over, and that will end the inning. State strands a pair. Rain washed out yesterday. Here's Ike Irish to lead off. And first pitch swinging, popped it up on the infield. First baseman calling for it, and Hunter Hines, boy, that sun is tough this time of day. Irish pops out, and out number 1 of the 6th.
Take a look here at Hunter Hines. You can protect and protect, but when you try to make the catch, you got to move the glove.
And now with a shift on, McMurray tries to bunt it down the third base side. Kick save by Gabe Gross. The tap foul, and the count 0-2. Well, that one got away, and the count 1-2. Auburn has stranded 3. State has left 9 on base through 5 at bats. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. McMurray strikes out swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Durangelo. And 2 quick outs in the 6th inning.
And this strikeout comes to the fastball, top of the zone. So Durangelo now with his pitch count up in the 80s, still throwing 95.
And here's Ballou, Cade Ballou. Single to right field in the 1st inning, grounded back to the pitcher in the 4th. Still at 96 in the 6th inning. Took something off and grounded foul outside the bag at first. Yeah, Durangelo came out in the 1st inning and first 2 innings throwing 98. Had us wondering if the gun may be a tick hot today, but I think as the game has progressed, I've seen that's legit. There's probably some municipalities over in Alabama wondering, hey, how do you guys get one that ticks a little bit hotter? Good friends over in Reform and Gordo. Ballou draws a walk. Now the tying run aboard. Here's Stanfield.
Yeah, those guns tick plenty hot over there.
Newly paved roads for a reason. Pitch miss inside and off of Johnny Long, and now the tying run going to go into scoring position.
Yeah, this one just comes way inside. Long unable to grab it, and now we're going to get a visit to the mound.
So a walk to Ballou with 2 outs. And now missing arm side right now. And the count goes 2-0. Got the first 2 guys out. They retired 5 in a row, but a walk to Ballou. Had some big misses in that at bat. And now 3-0. You got first base open, but you don't want to put the go-ahead run on base here.
No, particularly with Strickland, who stands on deck, because he's been swinging a really good bat this weekend.
And he drops a breaking ball in there, which tells you he has a better release point feel right now with that breaking ball than he does fastball. And that breaking ball ripped foul. They count 3-2. Well, if you're Stanfield right here, you're sitting. Are you sitting on breaking ball? You sit on breaking ball and you get 95, you got no chance. But Durangelo, past couple of batters, has had a difficult time with the release point with the fastball. Tying run at second. Auburn batting in the top of the 6th in a 7-inning game. 3-2. He comes with a fastball, popped up, foul territory, and Hunter Hines squeezes it in foul territory, and that will end the inning. Auburn strands the inning. And he struck out Johnny Long. For a 7-inning game. Changes the complexion of everything right here. Auburn only one more at bat. Down and in, they'll have 6, 7, and 8 due up in the top of the 7th inning. Rained out yesterday, so a doubleheader today. This is game 1 of the doubleheader. Just missed outside.
Interesting to see who takes the mound for State in the top of the 7th. Bulldogs had Schulke warming.
High chop. That's a fair ball. Thrown across in time for the out. Nice job by Fabian. Standing right on the line.
Let's take a look here.
It's the home plate umpire's call, Jeremy Dupree. Here's Amani Larry. Reached on an infield single, hit a ground ball deep short his last time up. Kohler was a runner at second. And Weiss, a good throw would have gotten him, but it skipped past the first baseman, McMurray. They gave Amani Larry an infield single, but the ball getting away, Kohler came around to score, and that was the second Bulldog run at the bottom of the 4th inning. State took a 2-0 lead. Left the bases loaded in that inning. And then a solo home run by Caleb Freeman to lead off the Auburn 5th inning. Freeman is due up second in the 7th inning. Freeman hit one that was a missile out of here.
Boy, just some wicked movement from Armstrong. Just got it dancing all over the place.
Swing and a miss. Well, had the slider working away, had the fastball working in. He strikes out Amani Larry. And 2 quick outs in the 6th inning. Good foul back. Mershon, an infield single in the 3rd inning. He walked his last time up.
Big miss there. Wind has died down a little bit. Not doing much right now.
They ran that fastball away in the count 2-2. Armstrong's got movement on everything.
It's unbelievable. Just got it dancing all over. I don't think he's thrown one straight yet.
Oh, wiffle balls up there. 3-2 the count. Then foul back, we'll do it again. Down and in, that's ball 4. And a 2-out walk in the 6th inning.
So the walk to Mershon will give Dakota Jordan a chance to swing the bat with a man aboard. Here in a 2-1 game, Bulldogs would love to add a run before they see this game go to the top of the 7th. Armstrong would love to hold it right where he is. Now, does State try to run Mershon here, get him in scoring position?
They're bluffed that time. Pitch missed down and in. It took a couple steps and came back. Dakota Jordan 1 for 3 today. Singled his first at bat. He struck out his last 2 at bats. He struck out with the bases loaded, looking to end the 4th on a pitch that was a borderline pitch on the inside. 1-0. Stayed inside to count 2-0.
Now, what do you do on 2-0?
Runner goes and foul back. Wind picks up now. Died down for a moment. Blowing in from left field. And a hard hit ball. Nice stab by Hernandez, and there'll be no play. Wow. That ball had some exit velo to it. And it came up. Hernandez has made a couple of nice plays out at second base today.
No matter what colors you wore coming to the ballpark today, you got to tip your hat for Hernandez. That guy has made some plays. And making the play there, although the out not recorded,
that was a 10th Bulldog hit in the game. He runs it over the outside corner. 2 runs, 10 hits for State. 1 run, 2 hits for Auburn. Bottom of the 6th inning. We're only playing 7. The 0-1 is staying away right now.
Well, Armstrong doesn't want anything too good right here, but Hyzak on deck has a couple of hits, has been swinging a good bat.
Ground ball headed to right field and a base hit. Mershon will make the turn. He will come in and score, and an RBI single for Hunter Hines gives Mississippi State a 3-1 lead.
Ground ball to the right side is hit hard by Hunter Hines, 100 off the bat. Gets into right field, and no chance at a play at the plate. Mershon runs well and gets home easily.
And Dakota Jordan stopped at second base, first and second. 3 straight base runners after 2 outs. Mershon with a walk, a single by Dakota Jordan, and now a single by Hunter Hines. And here's Hyzak, who's 2 for 3.
Oh. Hyzak goes to the plate, a little lamped up, looking to swing, and swings the ball about a foot off the plate.
They got a boomerang coming in there. There's another one. And now 0-2. Jordan the runner at second, Hines the runner at first. Back-to-back 2-out singles. Chopped up the middle, Hernandez underhand toss, and that will end the inning. Well, Gerangelo going to go out there and try to finish it. Here's Cale Strickland, 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch in the second inning. He struck out looking in the fourth. The breaking ball fouled off.
Breaking pitch just misses that time.
And to the left side, Mershon rounds it off, tosses across. Time for the out, 1 down.
Well, and the encouraging thing for Mississippi State here in the top of the 7th is the fact that Gerangelo is refound his release point with the fastball. A couple of fastballs for strike in that at bat.
And now Caleb Freeman to the plate, who hit an absolute missile his last time up, his first Auburn hit. And hits that one off the end of the bat, shallow left field, shortstop out. Mershon will make the play, and that's out number 2. And now Auburn down to its final out here in game 1 of the doubleheader. 7-inning game. Gerangelo trying to go the distance. And Derek Fabian will be pinch hit for right now, as Christian Hall is a graduate transfer from UAB. He will pinch hit right here. Takes a pitch outside. Hall on the season batting .224, 15 hits and 67 at bats, has 20 starts. And 6 home runs. He pitched just missed outside. And there's a strike and a count 2-1.
Bulldogs had the shift on defensively.
And now 3-1. Well, Hall gets on base. You get the tying run to the plate. And Carter Wright has a bat in his hand, would be the pinch hitter. Foul back.
Well, the count goes full. Pitch 105.
Crowd alive. 3-2. Outside, ball 4. And a 2-out walk. And now a pinch hitter, Carter Wright. Carter Wright had a pinch hit base hit in the 9th inning in the game on Friday. And a new pinch runner in the game. Is that Bobby Pierce? Yes. Bobby Pierce,
Looks as
pinch
if it
runner.
is. So Pierce will run it first.
And a fastball in there for a strike, and it counts even.
Wright, the pinch hitter, 263 on the season. Hitting 211 with runners aboard.
Breaking ball lined into center field for a base hit. And now you got the top of the order coming up. So a walk followed by a single. And you've got a right-handed hitter in Cooper Wise. Wise 0 for 3. Auburn leadoff man. And Charlie, this is a very important at bat for obvious reasons.
But a stack of lefties to follow, and all of them have power.
3 left-handed hitters due up next. High chop behind the mound, second baseman back, and there'll be no play, and the bases are loaded. Nate Chester able to get to it. And that high chop by Weiss, it'll be an infield single, and now the bases are loaded.
Ball takes the high hop, and just nothing Chester can do, and that's a good decision just to eat that one.
And now Ike Irish will come to the plate. An 0 for 3 day today, but the tying runs in scoring position, and here comes Justin Parker out. And you kind of wonder if they'll leave Schulke in to face the 3 left. And you start thinking about the 8 wins that State has this year. They won 10-4 against LSU, a 6-run win, then a 10-run win against LSU, a 4-run win against A&M, 10-run win against Florida.
Man.
Pitch outside. A 5-run win
And
against
now
Georgia.
that the Hope Hack nearly got away, but Harden able to scramble and grab it. Take a look.
Just outside. My goodness, just bounced it out there. And there's a strike call. State had one-run win against Georgia in league play. That was on the Sunday game. So the close games have not gone the way of Mississippi State in league play. And that ball ripped into right field, but right at Dakota Jordan, and that will do it. So Auburn loads the bases